Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. This is our first class after your half yearly exam. Until half yearly examination we have done chapter 15. So today we are going to start our chapter 16, proper disposal of waste. So if I talk about the heading of this chapter 16, that is proper disposal of waste. Waste means the thing which is not useful, and that thing is called waste. Now proper means which will not be thrown here and there, that is, it means proper. Disposal means it is disposed in such a way that it will mix with the natural environment. Means if the things are biodegradable, we can make compost from them. If the things are non-biodegradable, then we can recycle it, we can reuse it. So that means, and that will do a proper disposal of waste. So now, first of all, waste disposal, from where this term has came. See, nowadays our population has been increased a lot, and every day million tons of garbage is collected from our day, from our houses, and from where we are going to throw that garbage. Now for a proper disposal of waste, we can do few things. As you can see in your book, a chart where numbers have been given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So what is that? Number 1, thoughtful disposable, or that design, thoughtful design we can make, that how we can utilize those things. Then buy smart. You will carry your carry bag when you are going for shopping. Then reuse, we can reuse item. If anything item which is formed from plastic, if that plastic bottle can be reused also, then we can recycle those bottles. And compost can be formed with the peel, or most of our kitchen waste can be used to form a compost. At our home only we can form this compost. How? We can dig a hole in our kitchen garden, and in that we can put all those things and covered it. After 1 month you will find it out that black, due to action of different microorganisms, that black color compost will be formed. Now we'll come to our heading and come to our chapter. Now waste disposal is removing and destroying or storing damaged, used or other unwanted domestic, agriculture or industrial products and substances. Now here the disposal, in the disposal we are going to take, in the waste we are going to take all the waste which we are getting from our home, which we are getting from agriculture, and which we are getting from industries. All these waste we are going to take it. And how the disposal of, see, method of disposing these waste, that is different. So that only we are going to see what is the best way. First thing which you are supposed to do it, that is segregation of waste. Nowadays you can see blue and green dustbin. Blue dustbin is for those things which are non-biodegradable, which cannot be degraded in the soil itself, and green color is for the things which can be biodegradable in the field and in the nature. So now first of all, there are 6 main ways we can follow for waste disposal. Now the 6 main ways are: first is preventing or reducing waste generation. So our first one is preventing or reducing our waste generation. Waste generation. Now it's not generation, it's not used for our next generation or that like that. Now how we can prevent, how we can reduce our waste, that is there. See now here few of the things were there. Sometime will generate a waste which can be reused again. So that is waste. Now extensive use of new or unnecessary product is the root cause of unchecked waste formation. Disposing of the waste will also assume formidable shape. Means we'll keep on taking new things, but instead of taking new things, the old thing you can give to the person, those who can be recycled, you can give it to the industry so that that thing can also be recycled. So preventing or reducing the waste generation. Then next step, next very important steps is recycling. Recycling. First of all, this step will be done by us. Preventing or reducing. For example, if you required a new bottle, so that old bottle must be given to a person though, so that it can be recycled. So something will be formed with that plastic also, and if you are buying another one, then first one will be recycled. So here recycling serves to transform the waste into product of their own genes through industrial processing. Now paper, glass, aluminium, so many other items were there which can be recycled. Now next is incineration. Incineration means, now this incineration means combustion of waste. Incineration means combustion of waste. You have normally seen that in agriculture what they were doing, they were collecting all the garbage, all the once they harvest their crop, after that they will start combusting the field. Now while combusting, lot of air pollution have been made. So that is not a proper way of disposal. Then cut it out, make a compost pit and put all those that agriculture garbage in that, and after some time it will be converted into useful compost which can be used in your field again. So actually what happened, that incineration features combustion of waste to transform them into base component, with the generated heat being trapped for deriving energy. Assorted gases and inert ashes are common byproduct. So actually this is not a correct way to do it. Find other way to do it. They can form compost with that. Now the next is composting. Again, composting is a good method of proper disposal of our waste. Composting is one of the good method of proper disposal of our waste. Composting. Now it involves decomposition of organic waste by microbes by allowing the waste to stay accumulated in a pit for a long period of time, and that compost is high rich in nutrients and you can use that for your agriculture purpose. Now the next is sanitary landfills. Sanitary landfills. Sanitary means the waste product which we generate from our sanitation, means after bathing and after other purpose, washroom purpose, that sanitary things, how it will be disposed. So for that, this involves the dumping of waste into a landfill. The base is prepared of a protective lining which serve as a barrier between the waste and groundwater and prevents the separation of toxic chemical into the water zone. Now waste layer are subjected to compaction and subsequently coated with an earth layer. Now soil that is non-porous is preferred to prevent the accidental leakage of toxic chemicals. Now landfill should be created in a place with low groundwater level and far from sources of flooding. So what is that? Sanitary landfills were made in a huge compost pit and then lining were made on it, and then sanitary landfills were used to put all those things, and it is quite far from the groundwater. So it will not affect your groundwater, that is far away from our groundwater. Now next is disposal in ocean and seas. Sixth one is disposal in oceans and seas. See, it is one of the, in fact, river also. It is one of the common method of disposal of all those things, all the waste product into our water bodies. Waste generally of radioactive nature and dumped in oceans far from active human habitat. Marine life is suffering from or due to contamination caused from nuclear waste which was thrown in the oceans. So now nuclear waste disposed in oceans and seas. So marine life is quite affected with that kind of activity. So we use these 6 ways to proper disposal of waste. What we have seen, first of all, preventing or reducing our waste generation means we'll try to reuse as much as we can, and when it is not of any use, then we'll give it to a person which can be recycled. Next, incineration is not the correct way of proper disposal of waste, but more often the agriculture people, those who were there in agriculture field, they were using incineration, means they are combusting the fields after harvesting of crop, and then that field is full of different ash and that gases, harmful gases which will be released after combustion, that will increase air pollution. Composting is good method of doing proper disposal. Most of our household waste can be recycled by composting. We can make a compost pit in our kitchen garden also. Composting is normally done by other areas also, and other by our Nagar Nigam also, they were doing composting. They were throwing all the waste in a compost pit, and then it will be recycled into a compost which will be used later in agriculture. Sanitary landfills were made in that area where your groundwater level is less, and that will be made by a lining on the border, and then all that waste will be thrown in that, and after that it will not be affect your groundwater. So sanitary landfill, then disposal in ocean and seas. Nuclear waste, normally industrial waste is thrown in oceans and seas, but it will have an adverse effect on ocean and marine life. So this is your chapter 16, that is proper disposal of waste, and here we have seen 6 ways of disposal. Few of the method of disposal are not quite proper, but these are the common method which we use. Now here what we have seen, that in between in your book you have been given a symbol of recycle, and few things have been given, like USA is there, 80 meter is wasted. Few important points have been given that you will read it out. Now we are going to start chapter 17, My Clean and Green World. My Clean and Green World. So we'll start chapter 17 right now. My clean and green world. That is your chapter 17. My clean and green world. So because these both chapters are interrelated with each other, because when we will opt for a proper disposal method, then our environment will be clean. So now here what we have seen, in this chapter we are going to take a particular situation and answers you will mark in your book itself. A few situations are shown below. What would you do in the following situations? Take the best statement to show your concern for nature. You may take both the statement in each group if needed. So this exercise you will do it in your book itself. I'll read out the statement. If you find someone throwing plastic bags, if you find someone throwing plastic bags, things related to religion, ceremonies, etc. into a water body, so what you will do? Fine, normally you have seen this kind of a situation, you will find it out normally. Fine. Even your mother, father or somebody in your near also, they are also throwing some garbage in the water bodies, or few of the things which is related to religious ceremonies, that is throwing in the water body. So what you will do? You would tell him that such practices not only pollute water but also causes havoc to the water life. And second is, you would not talk to him as it is the matter of his faith. So what you will do? Yes, definitely we will do the first one, that you would tell him that such practices will harm the water bodies also and the water life also. Now second situation, if your mother is washing vegetables in the sink of your kitchen, so what you will do? You would ask her to wash the vegetable properly, or you would ask her to wash the vegetable in a pan of water so that the water can be used to water the plants later. Obviously, if your mother is washing the vegetable in the sink of your kitchen, you just tell to your mother that wash the vegetable in a pan or in a bucket, so that that water can be used for planting water the plants later. Now if your mother, now the third situation is, if your mother is continuously cooking on a high flame, sorry, if your mother is continuously cooking on a high flame, so what you will do? You would tell her, when the liquid in the food starts boiling, the flame size can be reduced to save at least 40% fuel. Or you would be surprised to see how the food is cooked on such a high flame. We'll do the first one. We'll tell to our mother that once the thing start boiling, you are going to reduce the flame. It will reduce fuel up to 40%. See, these are few of the common things which you find it out generally in your day-to-day life, and you are not going to tell anyone. Might be you often seen in your kitchen that after one whistle also that pressure cooker will be put it on sim, but then also might be that pressure cooker is on high flame, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many whistles were going on. So there is no use of that whistle. But if you will sim that gas, it will reduce your fuel also, and the thing will be cooked. That pressure which made inside the pressure cooker, that will be remain inside the pressure in the cooker, and it will cook your things faster. Now, if you find a gardener watering the plants during daytime, so what you will do? You would appreciate him for doing a wonderful job. And next is, you would encourage him to water the plants early in the morning or late in the evening, because this practice can reduce water loss due to evaporation. Yes, we will do the second one. We will not encourage that gardener, although that gardener is doing a good job, but still we are not encouraging it when that gardener is giving water at the daytime, because at the daytime sun is there, heat is there, that water will be lost immediately due to evaporation. But if that gardener will water the plant early in the morning or late in the evening, then that water will retain in the soil itself, and whenever that plant required, that plant will get that sufficient amount of water in the from the soil, and that loss of water will be less, the transpiration will be less. Now come to next, if you have your food prepared for a picnic or journey, so what you will do? You would carry disposable plastic cups and plates, as they are easy to handle and you need not take them back home. Or you would prefer your regular steel or plastic cups and plates, as they can be used again and again. Yes, for reducing our waste disposal, or for reducing amount of waste, we will go with our regular steel or plastic cups and tiffin and all those containers, so that that plastic or the waste generation will be less. If we'll go with that disposable thing, that will be thrown in the nature itself, and it will not be reduced. Waste will not be reduced. Now, if your house is getting whitewashed, you would insist on your father to have 3 coats of whitewash on the terrace floor, because it will maximize the heat being reflected and make the house cooler by up to 5 degrees. Or number 2, you would insist your father to have the house painted with some bright color, as you like such color very much. So we'll go with the first option. We'll insist our father to have 3 coats of whitewash on the terrace or on the roof, so that it will make our house cooler and up to 5 degrees, and it will help a lot in summer season, and we can live easily. Now, next, did you know many people go to hill station and leave a heap of garbage behind them? But Jodie Underhill of the United Kingdom, also known as the Garbage Girl, has been collecting this garbage for many years to keep mountains and hills clean in Uttarakhand, India. So here name of a girl, that is Jodie Underhill, and she is from United Kingdom, and she is collecting all the garbage from Uttarakhand. The people more often went to that hilly areas or hill station at the time of summer. But after coming, when they are coming back from there, they were throwing all the garbage, and that girl, Jodie Underhill, she's collecting the garbage, and she's popularly known as the Garbage Girl. Now, Badlpur village of Maharashtra converted garbage into manures in just 15 minutes. They have putted a plant of converting that garbage into manure just in 15 minutes. Now children, what we have done today we have done two chapters, chapter 16 and chapter 17. Both these chapters are related to your garbage waste, garbage disposal and all those things. Now very important thing that is related to this, that is segregation of waste. Now segregation of waste is also very important, and we have done that things related to different groups which help our different parts of country to remove that pollution from there. Now first important thing, which is, if I'll talk about nature and waste disposal, then that is very important thing, that is segregation of waste. Now segregation of waste is very important. Now we have 4 color dustbin. First is red, then grey, green, and then grey, and then blue. These 4 color dustbin we have. See, first 2 dustbin which we have, red and blue. In blue we were putting that wet garbage. Segregation of waste is very important. Means first of all we will segregate the waste from like biodegradable waste and one that is non-biodegradable but waste, but they can be recycled. Fine, this waste can be recycled. Fine, biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. Non-biodegradable waste but can be recycled, and from this we can form compost. So first of all, it is very important to put that particular kind of a waste in that particular kind of a dustbin. What kind of a waste will be put in that kind of a dustbin, and that is very important. Now if I talk about commercial waste or industrial waste, most of the commercial or industrial waste is thrown in sea and oceans, and which hazards are ocean life, marine life. Nuclear waste are also thrown in sea and it will hazards our ocean lives. So that is also an important thing, how we can reduce that waste also, so that it will not hazards the ocean life. Now solid waste management, how we can do it? Solid waste management we can segregate into biodegradable, non-biodegradable and recyclable. Third one will be, first is biodegradable, second is non-biodegradable, and third is this recyclable. Here only I write it. Third is recyclable, and will most commonly will divide it into these 3 category, all the waste, and we can easily do our waste management, and we can clean and we can make a green world to live. So children, I hope today we have done almost 3 chapters, segregation of waste, my clean and green world, and first proper disposable of waste, that we have done. So I hope you all will do these chapters and you will not having any doubt, and doubt we are going to take it in our online class. And today we have done 3 chapters, and in that 3 chapters we have done all those things which is related to our waste and segregation of waste and waste management. So right now I'll finish our class here. That's all for today, children. Have a good day.